To at least start this off, I'm gonna just say I don't own the rights to the music. I don't know if people all the sites start complaining about it, whatever. But before I start up with the introduction and everything, I feel like The Voice might be Durk's best tape, because Durk been dropping a lot of tapes within the last, like, I want to say 4 or 5 years. The last 4 or 5 tapes he's dropped, no misses, straight fire. All the mixtapes, like Just Cause You Waited, one, Love Songs for the Streets 2, Love Songs for the Streets 3. I'm sorry, not Love Songs for the Streets 3. Love Songs for the Streets 2. Just Cause You Waited 2, Just Cause You Waited Deluxe, The Voice, and now The Voice Deluxe. I've been listening to Lil Durk since 2010 when he came out with Chief Keef, when the whole Chicago movement started to come about and everybody's coming out with record deals, and so I really seen the shift and the change in Durk's music and how he comes about making songs. Whether it's he's coming out with commercial music on the radio, mainstream, he's still doing his street shit. He's making these melodic sounds and melodic music with the auto-tone. The auto-tone always been there. That's not what I'm taking from him, but it's just how he presents it, and now it's really up to date with where rap is now. Everybody's doing these melodic sounds. Durk's been doing it for the past now 10 years. He's been on the mainstream level the last 2 or 3, but he's been one of my favorite rappers, and somebody I have to listen to. It kind of feels like on an everyday basis. It's not a day I can remember without turn on a Durk song. Even when Durk wasn't at the highest of the highest, I was still always playing little Durk music. But yeah, shout out to Durk. Anyway, what's up with you guys? This is your boy Rob Glow. This is episode 22 of the Lost Ones podcast. How y'all feeling? What's the word? Not nothing going on today. It was a really good day today, y'all. I'm not even gonna fake with you. It was in the mid 50s, upper 50s today in Cleveland. Everybody had their shit out today. Everybody was popping their shit. Even though it's still snow on the ground, it was just a good day, nice vibe. It's the beginning of spring, aka the beginning of the new year, officially. Weather's breaking out, it felt a little warm today, even with a little slight breeze, but it was still a good day, end of all. How y'all feeling? How y'all day been? We coming at the end of the 24th. This month flew by fast as fuck. Like, the month of February always tends to go by a little fast, but it just, at this point, the year's always been fly by at this point, especially we living in Corona times. Time seems to make it feel like it's going by slower than what it really is. What's the word with y'all? Like, comment, subscribe. Like and subscribe. Any platform you're watching this or listening to this from, I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. We got a lot of topics to discuss for this episode, y'all. I want y'all to be engaged. I want y'all to be in tune with it, because it's going to be a nice conversation. My boo Shariel is going to join us later on. She's going to discuss like the real main topics I have for today. But I'm going to speak about the NBA first, and I'm not going to talk about nothing on the court, no stats, no. Although I believe right now the Brooklyn Nets are the best team in the NBA. They're the best team in the league. As of right now, they're the best team in the league. How they're playing, even though Kevin Durant missed his 5th game last night, the Brooklyn Nets defeated, I believe, the Sacramento Kings. James Harden with a triple-double. Kyrie getting his. Bruce Brown, a role player, getting 29 points and 4 rebounds, and they're clicking at the right time. They're finding ways to get Joe Harris involved, not just being a spot-up shooter, even though he's great at it, but he is multiple dimensions to his game. James Harden is really the point guard. James Harden is not even in the MVP conversation, and James Harden is playing like a top 5 player. All 3 Brooklyn Nets players are playing like top 6, 7 guys right now. It's crazy. KD's probably battling for 2 or 3 right now. James Harden is definitely top 5. And Kyrie is hovering around maybe 6 through 8, 6 to 10. But nonetheless, Kyrie Irving is having a career season. KD's averaging 30. I've seen him average 30, but off an Achilles injury. James Harden's still looking like James Harden, even though he's not scoring 30. He's getting 20 and 10, 20 and 12, or a triple-double. But I'm going to keep it off the court for this. We all know how much of a players' league the NBA has been for practically since this beginning. You know, the star players has been from the 40s to now. You know, it's basically been ran by players. You know, a lot of these players are African American players. You know, about 70 to 85% black players. And you know how the NBA presents itself to the rest of the leagues around sports or just the world period. How sorry guys who's watching, whatever. Anyway, the NBA presents itself in a fashion of where it puts its players first, players empowerment. The players really run the league. The players have a lot of say-so about where they're going, the money they're demanding, the money they're signing, the years they're signing for, who's playing on what teams. You know, so it's been a lot of player empowerment. Even before LeBron in 2010, it's still been player empowerment throughout the NBA history. Don't let nobody tell you different. These players have a lot of saying. You know, organization, future plans, roster, coaching, you know, things of that nature. But a lot of times, honestly, if you really want to get to the nitty gritty, the NBA presents itself more liberal because of the demographic of how much African Americans make up in the NBA. So they try to take a left approach of being, I guess you want to say liberal, progressive. But to keep it honest and fair, the NBA isn't as progressive and futuristic in planning and how they present themselves as they've done in the past. Just to keep it in perspective, look around the league. You see how many black coaches there are in the league? I think I can count on one hand. J.B. Bickerstaff, Ty Lue. If you want to count Jason Kidd as an assistant coach. Monty Williams in Phoenix. Doc Rivers in Philly. If I'm leaving anybody off, please correct me. The coach that's in Atlanta, I know he's black. I don't know his name, but I know he's black. Maybe it's about 6, 7 out of 32 teams. It's a lot of assistant black coaches. There's just a handful of black GMs in the league, and you know how many times those positions get rotated. There's only 2 black owners in the NBA, Masai Ujiri and Michael Jordan. And although you can still say, well, the black players make up majority of the league, but what you're looking at is a dynamic of who's in position of power in these organizations. Why is it a league full of African American players, but they're not being represented by other African Americans in position of powers? On the jump yesterday, when the Minnesota Timberwolves fired their coach, Flip Saunders' son. I forgot the son's name. I think it was Ryan Saunders. Yeah, Ryan Saunders. The Timberwolves had a assistant coach. I forgot his name. I am sorry, you guys. Let me take the time to actually really look up his name. Just give me 2 seconds, you guys. Timberwolves assistant coach. Yeah, the Minnesota Timberwolves hired Raptors assistant coach Chris Flinky over Timberwolves assistant coach Ed Penicky. So Ed Peniky's been the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's also been assistant coach for the Blazers about 7 years. Damian Lillard commented on why didn't Ed Penicky get a consideration to be the Timberwolves coach and not be blindsided that the Timberwolves was going to go to another team to get someone else's assistant coach instead of just making him the interim coach for the rest of the season. So that boggles me in a lot of ways because they always give the black coaches, the GMs, the short end of the stick. They end up getting terrible rosters or terrible coaching, terrible GMs, scouting departments, recruiting teams, anybody. They always get the short end of the sticks, inheriting bad teams, bad cultures. But then once they start to make a change and start to turn a corner, they fire those said black coaches and black GMs and black executives just to bring in some more Ivy Leaguers, stat patters, analytic guys who don't know the game of basketball. But yet we have people like Sam Cassell, who's been in the league for damn near 20 years, coaching and being a player, who's still an assistant coach. He hasn't gotten a head coaching job yet. If it wasn't for Ty Lue being in Cleveland for about 4 or 5 years with being just LeBron's coach, who would have known? Who would have known when Ty Lue was going to go get a coaching job eventually? Ty Lue had to sit as an assistant coach to David fucking Blatt in Cleveland. Ty Lue's been an assistant coach for over 10 years at that point. David Blatt never had any coaching experience in the National Basketball Association. Is that privilege? Is that entitlement? Is it the good old boys club, keeping one group in and another group out, even though the players, the black players make up about 85% of the league? So how is that progressive? I just wanted to know. How is that progressive when we're in the league? And this is also goes for the NFL as well. How we have both of the strongest sports, two of the strongest sports entities in the world. Fuck just the United States, in the world. That makes up about 70 to 85% African Americans for both sports. And they don't have as many as black coaches, executives, GMs, even owners to be in place for these players. They can't relate. The cultures are different. You're expecting an 18, 19-year-old kid coming from college to come in an organization with people he can't culturally be in tune with and expect to lead at a young age. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's not progressive to me. That's not straightforward. The NFL have the Rooney Rule where you have to give consideration to black candidates who's interviewing for said coaching positions and jobs. But look how that's turning out. How many coaches are there in the NFL? Black head coaches. Mike Tomlin, the guy that's in Miami. I can't really count on one hand how many black coaches are there in the NFL. It's not that much. Just like the NBA. These are two of the most watched sports in the world. Not even discounting the United States. In the world. represented by these African American players. It's not even enough black media members to cover them how they should be covered, how they should be interviewed, how the interview should be conducted, how to write about or type about these players. You know, a lot of these people, you know, really judge these players by their morals and their character more than their actual game and what they do on the court, more so than off the court. You know, like, it's just being out of touch. You know, just to keep people, these players' foot on the neck, you know, it's crazy. And that's been mind-boggling to me for a while now. Because I always thought, even from a young age, I kept thinking about, why is there more white coaches and not that many black coaches in either leagues? But who's going to report on that? Who's going to be the voice in the NBA or the NFL at some point to stall these changes? Because it's going to be the same people in positions. It's like in the government. There's only going to be a certain demographic to be. They have the higher power in politics and just in the world. They're not going to relinquish that power. They're not. So I can expect the same coming from entities like NFL and the NBA, where they were built off of black people, just like any other walks of life you could think of. They were made, brought up, built by black people. They were black kings, just like Kyrie Irving posted about Kobe Bryant being the logo in the NBA. These were built by black kings. In both sports, even if you want to say baseball too, honestly. So why aren't we represented enough in these said entities? Why? It's another reason why they want a lot of these black players. This is really built for the black players, for them to go to college for 3+ years, then go to the NBA. No other sport does that. You don't have to go to college just to go to your major league sport. Baseball don't do it. Hockey don't do it. Tennis doesn't do it. Why is it just for the NBA and the NFL? I think we already know why. It's just the rhetorical part and just the hard thinking of like, damn, it's a salary cap. I mean, I think all sports except just Major League Baseball, NBA, and the NFL. If I'm wrong, maybe soccer has a salary cap, and so does hockey. But I don't know, man. It's going to have to come to a certain point in time where the players are going to have to start demanding, or start pushing for repercussions on why African Americans aren't being pushed enough for these coaching positions and these front office positions. But that's enough of that topic for right now. That one topic was like damn near 15 minutes, and we have like at least 3 other topics to discuss. But this is only gonna be one part of the whole video in the recording. Because like I told y'all, my boo Shariel is gonna come with us to discuss some topics with us later on. But I'm just gonna cover just a few on my own. I think I should be getting out the way. Fuck it. So, do I want to talk about Meek Mill individually, or rappers get to a certain point in their careers and life to where they have to switch a lot of things they're doing within music and personally as they grow older and they get older in the antics they are presenting on social media? I'm going to do both. But first, I'm going to start off with Meek Mill. No, scratch it. I'm going to start off the end rappers as a whole, then I'm going to go towards Meek. You know, it gets us, I was talking to one of my friends, my nigga Yanni, and I was telling him, we was talking about the 6ix9ine Meek Mill fiasco that went on that night. Um, at what point do rappers get out of that young nigga wanna be gangster tough role and evolve with not only their age, their audience, and evolve their music, but like real life personally, like just grow as a person, as a man. You know what I'm saying? And this is coming from me. I'm a Meek Mill fan on the music side, but like personally, Dog be out here like it's just like I'm gonna explain it. I'm just gonna explain it for you guys. Um, he's doing a lot for the prison reform situation. You know, he's very involved, hands on with that. You know, he was just in that same situation a couple years ago. You know, but you still want to play the streets, man. You still want to be the tough street nigga, tough guy, gangster nigga, rapping about it in your songs. Like, bro, rap is a young man's sport. All the best rappers that are out right now, who's popping, who's making hit songs, great songs right now. I'm not talking about the Drakes and the Kendricks and the Wale's and the J. Cole's and not them. They are the 2010s. I'm talking about right now, the best rappers out right now. Baby, Durk, Pooh Shiesty, who else? I'm just gonna be Young Boy, Roddy Ricch, Lil Uzi, Money Bag, Money Man. Who else? Rest in peace, King Von, and etc. and etc. Rap is a young man's sport. A lot of these niggas are in their early 20s to maybe middle to almost late 20s. Rap is a young man's sport, bro. And a lot of those dudes I said have kids. So, and they're, like I said, in their late 20s. So they're going to get to that stage where they will have to evolve with the music, evolve with their age, growing with their fans at some point. But it's just like, I don't like the hypocrisy that, you know, a lot of the rappers that they don't know how to grow with the music. They don't know how to separate the antics in the music. They want to involve the antics within the music, like doing little dumb shit. Like, everybody can't be a tough guy street nigga, bro. I'ma just say it. Everybody can't be that. It's an image. It's a facade. It's something that you're putting up because, you know, I'm involved in this too. We like hearing fuck shit. We like hearing the violence, the killings, the bang bang, fucking somebody else's girl. You know, that's been running hip hop since hip hop's been the last 20 years. Hip hop's been like that, and that's what grows in the audience. Tupac was a poet, my nigga. Tupac was writing about Brenda's having a baby. Songs like that. Dear Mama. Then, you know, he signed with Death Row, talking about fuck your bitch in the clique you claim. Death Rod. West Side. Quick to Bang. I mean, come on, bruh. Because guess what? That type of music sells, man. Negativity sells. And it's terrible that we have been accustomed to negativity being the one that's thriving in certain aspects of life. But it just is what it is. At some point, hopefully, in the rap game, that changes within the next few years. Because, you know, there's a lot of great rappers that's out here who don't promote no violence, drugs, negativity, misogyny. You know, all the things we've been grown to accustomed to listen to, and we love the music. It sounds great, but it's been killing not only just hip hop in general, but just in our community as a whole. It's been killing us for 20 plus 30 years. And nobody can really detest from it. Music play a part in life, period. Like, it's nothing that nobody can argue saying that a lot of the things that we've been hearing in music in the last 20 years has an effect what's been going on in real fucking life. So, why don't rappers take the approach and saying, damn, let me grow my audience, let me grow with the people, let me, at the age I am now, I can't be in the young nigga stage. all of my life. Even though I'm still young in age, I'm not a young man. I'm a grown man with responsibilities and shit I have to handle. And I can't be doing shit I used to do 5 years ago. Even me, I'm only just about to be 25. I can't do shit from when I was 19. I don't have the luxury nor the time to be doing things when I was 19. I'm 25. You feel me? It's a difference. If you still are doing the same, not even if you still doing the same, if your mindset is still what it was in the previous 5 years, you're going to be mentally fucked for the next 5 years, and the 5 years after that, and the 5 years after that. And I think that, certainly with people who are financially successful and have the means to not really worry about a damn thing that nobody's talking about, not even me. You hear motherfuckers, you're telling them the critique they should be listening to and be like, hey man, they give a fuck. You think a lot of these niggas give a fuck if somebody say, hey, your music is negative, it's killing the community. That nigga holding 30 bands, 30, 40 bands to his ear. You're not giving a fuck, man. So, it's just something that hopefully, hopefully we have more, not just conscious rappers, but, niggas who don't have to try to portray the street nigga image. Like, it's not slowly dying. It's always going to be another gangster rapper, street nigga that comes out and pop. But for everybody want to take that route, for everybody wants to start saying, hey, nigga, I'm out here on the block, blah, 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 blah. Like, everybody can't go that route. Everybody can't go that route. That's easily how you can be exposed. And then once you try to play that tough nigga role, niggas going to want to test you. So you going to be in a position of where you got to defend that. If you going to be out here portraying that role like you out here really with the shit, niggas going to really want to test you. Especially if you got it. If you got it, if you were famous and you got some clout and you got some bread coming up, niggas going to want to test you. So it's really all about with the energy you putting out in the universe, you're going to get that shit right back. So, and that was just the whole, as a rapper, as grown ass niggas in the game aspect. Now I'm just talking about Meek. Bro, like, you've been taking L's for the last 4 or 5 years, man. At some point, like, calm that shit down, man. This is like you going out like a lame, man. Especially with the situation what happened when you and Vanessa Bryant, the Kobe bar. It wasn't. First of all, the bar was kind of weak for real. So besides the fact that anybody thought it was disrespectful, that's anybody's opinion. I'm not really gonna sit here and go back and forth on why I think it's disrespectful or why it's not disrespectful. All I'm gonna say is, bro, one is a little bit too soon. A nigga only been dead for a year, 12 months, but bro, it's just like, okay, whether you feel like it wasn't that hard of a bar for people to criticize you, that's how you feel. But in the wake of Vanessa Bryant saying she found that disrespectful, the man in you, the real nigga that you proclaim to be, bro, you could have said, hey, I apologize. Like you said, he did say he did it in private, but, make that shit public. But, bro, come on, man. You put out a bar, you made music for the public to hear. Public apology. Like, I just feel like, niggas try so hard to be a dick. Niggas try so hard to be the tough nigga. It's like, bro, you looking like a sucker. You've been looking like a sucker for a while. But definitely in this situation, niggas say, I'm gonna turn my savage up, fuck your feelings. Okay. And then he start to say, let me fuck it. But moral of the story with the other tweet that he said, basically saying he did apologize to her in public, but y'all the ones who keep bringing it up, so let's move on from it. No, it's a song that we heard. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people are not fucking with it. Some people do like it. some people understand the bar. It wasn't really disrespectful. I understood where he was coming from. It was kind of weak. It was weak to me, but I see where he was going with it. It wasn't disrespectful, but nonetheless, that's man's wife. And also, not even just the fact that Kobe died. You know, the nigga daughter was with him too. Come on, bro. It's just like it's just like, one, you tone deaf. You can't read the room. And it's just like, bro, you also have kids, bro. You can understand, like, damn, it wasn't just this nigga. The nigga died with his child, like, and 7 other people that was on board. It's like, come on, bro. Read the room. And you can't tell me there was nobody that could have told that man, hey, nah, bro. We gonna do this over again. We gonna say something else. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like we get to a point in society, like, we just don't give a fuck about what nobody else feel. And I just, and that shit's sick. But who am I? You feel me? Who am I to give that thought and opinion on? You see what I'm saying? But this is the first half of the podcast episode. So the next part 2 is going to be me and my baby boo, Shariel. We're going to discuss the last 2 topics of the episode. Why I feel that social media isn't a safe space for people to express themselves, their thoughts and their opinions in a positive way. The bullshit, the messiness, the dramas that comes behind it. And also us being brainwashed and conditioned into a lot of the lies we've been told throughout our whole lifetime. You know, we're going to get into those discussions. So hopefully you guys will tune in to part 2 to Lost Ones podcast, and we will be back.